Michael Patrick Shields all across the state of Michigan. The space shuttle took off yesterday. It was a beautiful day, and that's why the space shuttle could take off. The weather was good in the morning there. And they had a wake-up call, the space shuttle did, and it was the U2, the Irish Rockers, as the Queen Elizabeth comes to Ireland today. And U2 comes to Michigan in late June to Spartan Stadium. Here's how the space shuttle crew was awakened this morning.
A balloon shoots up to the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town.
And it was the Mission Control waking them up, and in fact, it was Mark Kelly, who is the commander of that space shuttle. His wife, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, attended the launch at Cape Canaveral, and she was there watching yesterday, able to take a break from her rehab at a Houston medical facility to watch her husband go. You remember she was shot in the head in that shocking event in Tucson in January. Endeavour is on its way to the International Space Station, and here's more of that wake-up call.
Good morning, Endeavour, and a special good morning to you today, Mark.
Good morning, Shannon. It's good to be waking up in space again. I want to thank Gabby, Claudia, and Claire for that great wake-up song. It's always good to hear you two on a beautiful day in space.
So this is the last launch of the Endeavour, and Endeavour will go to California to a museum once it lands. And, of course, now they're very they're happy to launch Endeavour, but the people at NASA were doing so with heavy hearts yesterday because they knew it was for the last time, and layoffs are taking place at NASA there in Florida. And so once the shuttle lands, their mission will be to clean it up and get it off to California. It will never, ever be launched again, just in the museum and in our minds and in memories and on YouTube, I guess. So we wish them good luck, of course, in outer space. We have reached Lloyd Carr now in New York City, where the announcement will be made that he's going to the College Football Hall of Fame. You heard my extensive story about why I'm such a Lloyd Carr fan in the last segment. Now we've got the man in the flesh, or at least in voice. Just imagine the names now in the College Football Hall of Fame: Fielding Yost, Fritz Chrysler, Bo Schembechler, Lloyd Carr. Can you believe it, Coach?
Well, it's I've had enough time now that it is sinking in, but it's certainly been an exciting few days, and I'm humbled and I'm honored to be joining that group, and a lot of other guys that I've had great admiration for down through the years. How are you, Michael?
Oh, I'm great to hear your voice. And I was talking earlier about how, when I was there when you coached your first game as head coach of the Wolverines on that hot Labor Day, and then when you had the national championship in Pasadena, and then your last game there at the Capital One Bowl when you beat Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators. And I think I was misty-eyed on all three of those occasions because of what you'd done for me early as a young man in high school and through my career. And I remember after the Capital One Bowl asking you in the press room how you were going to replace that kind of excitement in your life, and you said, there's no way I'm going to be able to replace this kind of excitement. Have you found anything that's even come close?
Well, we're a few months away from opening Mott, the new Mott Children's and von Voigtlander Women's Hospital, which has been an incredible team effort. People from all over the country have contributed. I always tell people, Tom Izzo last fall came down for an evening with us to speak and help us attract some people and make some money. So I've spent a lot of time on that effort, and I know when that hospital opens, it's going to be one of the finest children's hospitals in the world. So I want to thank all those people that are listening who have contributed to our efforts, and because it has truly been, it's been a groundswell, and started out as a very small group of people, and we've spread the word, and we've had so many people help us along the way, and now we're just very, very short time away from opening that hospital. But other than that, I'm staying busy. I can't tell you exactly what I do every day, but I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know how that goes for sure. And you were in Lansing recently, in fact, and we have listeners all across the state. But so beloved is Lloyd Carr that Michigan State gave him the Duffy Daugherty Award right there, and it was a bipartisan effort. Mark D'Antonio was there, if you will, and lots of others. And so this is a man who crosses all sorts of borders, especially when it comes to charity efforts. And in the last minute before our little break here, and then we'll come back with you, we have a lot of business people listening to you right now. They have college graduates who are coming to work for them. What's the secret to motivating young people these days? Seems kind of a tricky thing to do.
Well, I think, first of all, Mike, I always, as far as the football team and as far as coaching goes, I think you can motivate people for a short amount of time, but by and large, as a football coach, when I recruited, I was looking for people who were already motivated, who were excited about improving, who were excited about being something, being a part of something that was bigger than themselves, and somebody who could envision what could happen if they became a part of something special.
Well, you heard that, ladies and gentlemen. The secret is in the recruiting and picking the right people to hire and recognizing that. We'll continue with Coach Lloyd Carr in just one little minute. It's Michael Patrick Shields.